Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal. In this video, we will take a look how Nvidia moved today and we'll try to make an assessment for early next week using technical charts and fundamentals. We will also take a look other AI stocks, news regarding Nvidia and economic data due next week that can impact the market. Now, let's get started. You see Nvidia stock chart for today on your screen. Nvidia opened at 868, it made a high 884, it made a low 859, and it closed at 880. That is 2.45% up. And that is perfectly in line with my yesterday assessment. I mentioned you guys that, in my opinion, Nvidia should not be able to break 850 support level today, and it did not break it. So far, so good. Moving on, last 5 days, Nvidia is down 2.59%. Last 1 month, down 0.78%. And last 6 months, Nvidia up 92%. You see the steep curve? So after making all-time high, Nvidia slowed down and trying to make some corrections. There's still more room for Nvidia to make more corrections. We'll talk about corrections, support, and the resistance when we'll be taking a look technical charts in a bit. Moving on to the daily chart, it's a good thing that Nvidia closed at 880. That is higher than the yesterday close. That says that Nvidia got some momentum today to go further up. Remember yesterday I mentioned that I bought some Nvidia stock at 860. Right now I'm doing good. I'm in profit. It's good for me for now. Let's see what happens on Monday. Now moving on to the technical charts. On your screen, I'm showing you 90-day, 1-hour interval chart. In the last 90 days, the lowest point was 450 and the highest point was 962 here. Now I have MACD chart as well. You see MACD line started to go up this morning and got some little momentum to go further up, but not enough to cut the zero line. We'll see what happens on Monday. At this point, Nvidia can go in either direction. Now let's take a look at RSI. So I have the RSI chart now. RSI is at 51. It's kind of in the middle. It doesn't say at this point Nvidia is oversold or overbought. So based on RSI, Nvidia can move in either direction. Now let's take a look 30 minutes chart. In a 30 minutes chart, RSI is at 55. A little overbought, but not much. So it doesn't say much what's gonna happen next week. Now let's take a look MACD. Now you see the MACD chart on the 90-day 30 minutes interval. The same behavior. MACD started to go up early this morning and got some little momentum. It's trying to cut the zero line, but still more momentum is needed to take Nvidia further up. But the good thing is MACD was trying to build some momentum to go further down yesterday, but it could not. So it started to go up from today. So that's a good thing. This means that on Monday, Nvidia can go in either direction, but most probably it should go further up because the way MACD is moving is trying to get some momentum. We'll talk about more when we take a look at Fibonacci levels. Now let's draw some Fibonacci levels. I will select my lowest point here at 667. And you can ask me why. Why did not I select this guy? Here is my thought process. At that time, there was no bullish trend or momentum at Nvidia. Okay, but after reaching here, you see, all of a sudden, it got the momentum or got the extreme bullish trend. To me, this is the relevant lowest point to start the Fibonacci level. Another reason, let me draw the Fibonacci level with the other lowest point. Take a look. Now, I have selected my lowest point at 450 and the highest point is 962. You see the Fibonacci levels, the next level of support is 841, and that kind of makes sense. But after that, see the big gap from 841 to 766. So that is another reason I do not want to select this lowest point, because after breaking the 841, it's highly unlikely that Nvidia will go and touch 766. We want to have a shorter interval for the support level. So that's why another reason I'm going to select this as the lowest point. Now let's redo it. Now I have selected my lowest point at 665 or 667 and the highest point as 962. Now you see the next level of support after 892 is 849. And that was a very strong support. I mentioned yesterday that it won't be easy for Nvidia to break 849 that quick in this week. And after 849, the next level of support is 814. See that? The interval is lower. The gap is lower between one support level to another support level. If we had selected 450 or 475, then our gap between two support levels would be too big, and that won't be realistic or relevant. Okay, so at this point it makes sense. After 849, the next level of support is 814. At this point Nvidia is at 880. It's moving between 892 and 849, so it can go in either direction. So early next week, it's very hard to tell what's going to happen. It can go in either direction. My opinion is it might go higher on Monday, but I may be wrong because it does not give me any clue what's happening or what's going to happen on Monday. Now let's take a look news regarding Nvidia. You see all of these news on the left side of the screen. I do not see any unusual news at this point. All are pretty usual or regular. And this one, it says that AI is pushing tech supply chain to the brink. At this point, we know that Nvidia's supply is not affected due to this earthquake, but it may change 1 week from now or 2 weeks from now, right? But probably in the future, we will have more data regarding the total effect of this earthquake on the supply chain of Nvidia and other companies. I have this one that says that Nvidia expands in the South Asia with $200 million investment. And that's predictable, right? That's not a big news. So other than that, I do not find anything different. Now let's take a look at other AI stocks. So starting with the Palantir is 2% up, SoundHound 1.7% down, SMCI 1% down, Avago 1.6% up, Nvidia 2.45% up. So it's a mixed picture today. Some are up, some are down, but overall, it's not too bad today. Other than Nvidia, Amazon is also very stable and good stock and the bright future. So if it drops below 180, probably will be a good buy. Now let's take a look at economic calendar for next week. On Monday, nothing big. Tuesday, nothing much. But on Wednesday, we see that the CPI data is coming. So that's important. And that can affect the market after the release or an end before the release. So Tuesday, we might see some volatility in the market. And after that, Thursday, core PPI was not too big. Friday, nothing much. I will dig into more on the CPI on my next video on Monday. So if I summarize, at this point, Nvidia is not giving any clue what's going to happen on Monday and Tuesday. It's kind of in the middle, right? It could go up or could go down. At this point, the buying and the selling forces are balancing each other very well. But my personal opinion is Nvidia should go up on Monday. Regarding the economic data, there is no economic data coming up on Monday, not on Tuesday, but on Wednesday. So we might see some volatility on Tuesday before the CPI data. So that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.